Hello, everyone, and welcome to Andropal 101. There was a lot of news over the last couple days. I didn't post yesterday, due mostly to the fact that I spent some time with my wife. But let me go ahead and mention the things that happened. So, things like Pebble got bought out by Fitbit. Could be a good or bad thing. Pebble is no more, it's gone. But my hope is that the intellectual property that they are purchasing, which they did not purchase everything from Pebble, all they wanted was the intellectual property. They purchased a few of the key people there that were producing products, um, and but they did that they did want the CEO. They didn't want him to be with Fitbit, so they got rid of him, and they didn't take everything that I would have thought they would have taken. So we'll have to wait, and this will be months down the road before we actually see any good or bad reflections on the Pebble purchase. It was done with $40 million, which is kind of small, but Pebble wasn't exactly a large producing company. Also, there was a couple lawsuits that finally came to a head, and they were settled, and this was between Samsung and Apple. One of the lawsuits was in a lower court, and it was settled on Apple's behalf, and that was first reported by Pocket Now, and they reported that that Samsung would have to pay Apple, that's $130 million. And that may not look like a lot of money when a company earns in the hundreds of billions of dollars, but that money is coming directly from the profit, so that does hurt a company. So that was a win for Apple. However, on the flip side, there was another trial. This one went to the Supreme Court, and that one actually went on Samsung's favor. So they actually won that one. What the court was issuing something about patents. Both of these lawsuits were about patents, and Apple had initiated both of these attacks against Samsung, and it had something to do with the patents. If you want me to find out more about that, I can. I can then report with detail, but most people aren't really interested in that. They just want the meat of what happened. And the interesting event was that the Supreme Court sided with Samsung, stating that Apple did not have the right to take all the vested resources that Samsung was getting for their products, because they something about their patents was the way their the phone processed, I guess, apps or something along that line. And Apple was stating that they needed to be compensated for those for that theft of intellectual property. Now, personally, I'm not one of those that's real big on people suing over minor points, especially when you have a processing system such as a Samsung device or an Apple device or a Motorola device. It really doesn't matter. They all process primarily the same way. So when you start making a attack against a company like Samsung, it better be something big, something that's really affecting, well, something that's really a theft, in my opinion. But again, being non-biased, one would say that both Apple and Samsung have kind of have one up the other. It's not really, we can't really say that Samsung won the deal, since Samsung is still going to be paying in this secondary lawsuit that was done in the Supreme Court. They're still going to have to pay money, but a lot less. The original lawsuit, from what I understand, was somewhere around $600 million. But due to the Supreme Court, they said that the reduction in the lawsuit was going to be dramatic. We're probably talking about maybe $30, $40 million. So that's a great win for Samsung, and I just hope that this allows greater products on both sides, the iPhone and the Android market, and create that collaborative market that we've gotten from both of them, because those two are the leaders. We've got LG, and they're a great company. I love LG. I had an LG Optimus G Pro for a while, but it just, in my opinion, was not as capable against a Galaxy phone or a iPhone. It just comparatively, maybe if you look compared to its same market, it really doesn't process the same way. It doesn't process as speedily. It doesn't do the things the same way. The pictures, the screen resolution, they just seem to be going on the Samsung market and the Apple market, which is the two markets right now that are the strongest for both companies, Android and for the iPhone market. So also, a couple things. Apple looks like they are going, and this may be for any of you that are Apple fans, this is going to be a tremendous possibility. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I was reading on my Flipboard, and it was stating that Apple is in talks right now with major movie production companies, and they are looking to be able to purchase movies that are currently in theaters and have them directly implanted on iPhone. So let's just say you have an iPhone, whatever, it doesn't really matter what version, and you don't want to take your whole entire family out to the theater. Well, you could watch, theoretically, that entire movie there in your own home, especially if you look at Chromecast or something of that nature, and you can just port it right up on your TV. Mine's over in that direction, so point over there. But so this would be an amazing benefit for Apple. But if it goes for Apple, it'll go for Android as well. So you Androiders don't feel like, oh no, Apple's going to take the market by storm and get all these great benefits. No, whenever things like that happen from a company, they generally try and make it fair and balanced for both sides. So we would probably see something along the same line come to all Android phones, which I would really like, because that would really help me. I have 2 children, I have a wife, and it'd be a lot. I mean, the money is, it's expensive to go to the theater. I don't know if you've been to the theater lately. For me, it's around close to $13 for an adult like myself. For my kids, it's $10 a pop. And so when we go to the theater, so it's over $40. We're looking at some big money here. But Apple is saying that the cost would be between $25 and $50. Somewhere in between there is what the cost would be per movie. We don't know. That sounds high, but it's considerably lower when you're talking going to the theater and sitting down in a movie. So this could be a huge benefit for Apple users, as well as Android users. Like I said, we have to, we're unbiased here, so we're looking at both sides of the coin here. This is going to be good for everybody, and that's what I hope happens in the end. See, there was a few other things that happened. I'm trying to think. This last couple days, I don't think there was much more on the issues of the last couple days, but if I think of anything more, I will make sure I kick out another video and make sure I keep you updated. So remember, be on the lookout, Samsung users, for a patch. I posted a video about it, about the security patch, so be aware of that. Make sure you keep aware of that pop for the update. I've been looking for it daily, and once I see it come up, I will make sure to notify you guys. But anyway, you all have a great day, and it's getting close to the Christmas season here, close to Christmas, and when that time comes around, I like to spend a lot of time with my family and friends. So hope you all enjoy your time together with family and friends. It's also the highest amount of suicide rates. So if you're not feeling well, you're not feeling good, make sure you check in with some family. That usually helps. Or if you don't have family, check in with some friends. And if you don't have any of those, which I would hope that you do, definitely call a helpline because they can help talk you through those kinds of things. So, anyway, you all have a wonderful evening, and I will talk to you later.